Police in Nigeria have warned against reprisals targeting South African nationals or businesses following a wave of anti-migrant protests in South Africa. Tensions have been rising in South Africa in recent weeks following demonstrations calling for tougher action against undocumented migrants. Several African countries have advised their citizens to remain vigilant, with Ghana recently evacuating hundreds of its nationals, citing safety concerns.
Police in Nigeria have warned against reprisals targeting South African nationals or businesses following a wave of anti-migrant protests in South Africa. The police urged Nigerians not to take the law into their own hands after reported attacks on Nigerians in South Africa. No such attacks have been reported, but the warning followed a meeting of security and intelligence chiefs.
We are also pressing for the arrest of those that are campaigning, those that are physically attacking other African nationals on the streets of different cities in South Africa. So it's not just you saying we are not in support and you are quiet, but let us also see that the gang leaders have been arrested, the supporters have been arrested, to act as a deterrent against others that might easily follow their beck and call to cause havoc in the country. But as a country, we said we are not satisfied with just mere statement. We need actions from the South African government. So far, they've given us the assurances, but for this time around, we want tangible proofs that you have taken A, B, C, D actions to ensure and guarantee the safety of Nigerians living in South Africa. South Africa has a lot of business interests in Nigeria.
Several African countries have advised their citizens to remain vigilant, with Ghana recently evacuating hundreds of its nationals, citing safety concerns. A flight carrying nearly 300 Ghanaians repatriated from South Africa amid fears there could be a resurgence of xenophobic violence there landed in Ghana's capital city, Accra. Ghana's government chartered a flight from Johannesburg following a wave of protests against illegal immigration in South Africa. Further departures are expected in the coming days. Roughly 800 Ghanaians registered for repatriation. There are an estimated 25,000 Ghanaians living in South Africa.
Repatriation is something that's not done normally. It's usually something that we see in times of war or civil unrest. So if there's mass protest or violence or coup, countries will try to get their citizens out, or the citizens that they know. South Africa, of course, is not undergoing a coup or a kind of formal civil war or mass violence. It is instead going under a sort of experience in which there's mobilization against specific groups or against immigrants.
The repatriation follows renewed demonstrations over illegal immigration in parts of South Africa, where frustrations over unemployment, crime and access to services have fueled tensions around undocumented migration. South African authorities have condemned violence against foreign nationals while acknowledging concerns over illegal immigration.
I have a salon built in a 40F container. The container got robbed once, and when these attacks began, the container was broken into and all the items looted. I tried selling my salon but couldn't find a buyer. I left and ran away because if you have life, you have everything. So I lost my salon.
We don't want any of you to feel broken-hearted. Don't be downhearted. Don't be depressed. Have confidence that the Almighty has better plans for you.
South African protesters have accused undocumented migrants of placing pressure on public services as well as being involved in crime, and have called on the government to strengthen immigration enforcement. The demonstrations have been organized by a group known as March and March, which says it is campaigning for immigration reform, and have called on undocumented migrants to leave the country by 30th June. Previous outbreaks of xenophobic violence in South Africa have triggered diplomatic tensions and retaliatory attacks in Nigeria, where some South African-owned businesses were vandalized and looted. Africa Bureau, WION World is One.